Jen. Yeah, I think Kayla's just finishing up. I wanted to go ahead and make sure all this was actually still working. Because knowing my luck, it would mess up for the second hour. So we'll just take a few minutes. Hello, hello. Yep, we're finishing up the night here. She still has a few minutes, so I just wanted to, like I said, make sure nothing wonky was... Oh my gosh, Jen. Yes, I was seriously thinking about coloring in that tonight. If I had gave myself more prep time to figure out exactly how I wanted to color it. Hi, Mona. Hi, Judy. If I had been able to take some more time to figure out how I wanted to color it, that's what I would have been coloring from tonight. I just didn't have time. Hi, Tan Philly. But, oh yeah, no, I absolutely love it. And I finally figured out it's part of a comic strip. Awesome. Yeah, it's so funny. I thought about it for months. And then when I got it, I'm like, I wonder what this is still. So then I finally went and Googled it. And it's actually a comic strip. Hi, Kim. How was your day at work? Hi, Melody. Oh, hi, Ollie. Hi, Morticia. So, yeah, guys, we are... this is the last fully scheduled hour. Hi, Candy. This is the last scheduled hour on the schedule that Sammie had. I was trying to see if I could print out real quick what the breakdown's going to be for tomorrow, just to kind of give you guys a little preview. Hello, hello. Yeah, today went a little, today was a little back and forth. I had originally planned to just stream. But hi, Elizabeth. Hi, Sky, Kimberly, Lori. Oh, my goodness. Yes, round 2 indeed. This was, like I said, this was going to be the original hour that I was going to stream, and I was just going to stream for one slot. It had been, hang on a second, let me see if I can get this printed. Probably not. My computer, of course, does not want to cooperate for me. But, well, I'll just give you all a verbal start to the schedule, and you can go look the rest of it up. Ah, there it goes. Well, as you can see, I've been working on this picture too. It's a really good example of how fast I actually color, because you can kind of see the difference slightly. I was very unhappy with that color on the top of the mushroom, so I had to go back over it with a purple. I'm happier with that one for sure. So, but I had planned to just do this hour. I had asked Sammie to do it last minute. And then when I was on one of the streams earlier today, she had mentioned that unfortunately Victoria couldn't stream this weekend. And she said if I wanted her slot at 9 p.m. Eastern, yeah, because it was 8 my time, I could do that one too. So it just kind of wound up where we were bouncing back and forth. So I think tomorrow is going to be pretty straightforward. Just as a quick note on that, tomorrow morning will start very similar to what this morning started at 11 a.m. UK time, which I believe is 6 a.m. Eastern. Or is it? No, it's probably 7 a.m. Eastern. Shoot, I can't remember. I'm Central, so it's 6 my time. So, yeah, it's 7. Starting at 7 a.m. Eastern, May will be streaming the first 2 hours. Then it's Passionista, Colorista again. And then for 2 more slots. And then for 2 hours after that is Color All the Things. Then April Sarah, Coloring F, A Colorful Life. And then, yeah, it pretty much runs through tomorrow night, I think. There's even an extra hour after this. Hi, Lori. So, yeah, I had planned to originally do this hour and the hour after. But then when I was looking at it, I was like, look, it's a stretch for me to actually be awake at 10 o'clock at night. Hi, Robin. So, or at least conscious, semi-conscious. So I figured let's just do this 1 hour, and it worked out because the 8 o'clock time opened up. So, you know, it all worked out at the end. So, and y'all got to play some streaming shuffle tonight. I guess we should have had like some kind of bingo or something going on. So for those of you that weren't here on the first stream, we are, oh wow, Montreal, nice. Yeah, I figured all the UK people are pretty much fast asleep right now because I think it's 4 a.m. their time. So, but yeah, no, I usually don't record or stream late at night for many reasons. One being, and I mentioned this last night, the filter on my mouth fades throughout the day. It's in a good place in the morning, but man, you start hitting 8 to 9 o'clock at night. Woo, buddy. So, but I'm actually okay tonight. I took a nap this afternoon, so I guess it's a little more firmly in place than it would be normally. So, but we're coloring in the Baby Dragons book. Oh, goodness. All right, Lori. Now, yeah, that makes it fun. Well, and see, like, oh no, sorry to hear that, Brenda. Yeah, no, I mean, I'm sure it makes it fun. I have the best stories at this time of night, but I don't know, like, I can't tell you how many times I've recorded something with that filter missing and then going, no, I probably shouldn't post that. I try to keep it kind of in the middle for everybody. Oh, I know, Lindsay. I think it would probably be even more entertaining, but, you know, I actually have some friends locally that I've told about this. Oh, Heather. Yeah, Kayla said your name was Heather, CBC. Actually, after my video, or after this live stream, there is nothing else until I think 7 a.m. Eastern tomorrow. So it's 11 p.m. Eastern now. So pretty much after this hour, if, you know, anybody that wants to stream, feel free to jump in. And I think until 7 a.m. tomorrow Eastern, and I think it's like 10 a.m. UK time, there's not really anybody streaming, at least not on the official schedule. So yeah, feel free to pop in if you'd like after this hour. So I will try to pop in even for just a few minutes. So oh yeah, see, like I said, oh okay, yeah, so you got a little bit of time. Well, I talk a lot, that's for sure. I don't know about interesting. I appreciate that, but I certainly, I can certainly talk a lot. So, yeah, I worked on this a little bit, as you can tell, during Kayla's hour. Faithful Girl is streaming during this time tomorrow night. So whatever time it is at where you're at right now, it will be starting at this time tomorrow. And then she's going to be streaming for 2 hours. And she's pretty much wrapping up everything tomorrow night, I believe. Hi, Angela. So she'll be, yeah, about right at this time tomorrow night. And then she'll be for 2 hours. And I'm only going to probably do the one. So I should have known. So obviously I have cats. I'm sure that comes as a shock to many of you. Yes, I did. I really was not liking that red violet color. It was really bothering me. Normally I would just say, it's fine, but it just kept on bothering me. And so I had to go back with the purple, and I'm a lot happier with it actually this way. So, oh goodness. Well, you could see one of them if I could get her over here. Scamper. Oh, see, she would be over here at any other point of the day. And, you know, that may not actually work today because my webcam is in the perfect position. And I'm telling you right now, if I move it to show you a cat, I will never get it back. Oh gosh. Yeah, I know, right, Morticia? How shocking. All right, so yeah, I have 11 cats. So I know I know what the reaction on this one's gonna be. But yeah, I don't have kids. I don't have grandkids either, obviously. But you know, if I had grandkids and didn't have kids, there'd be a whole lot of weird stuff going on. Yeah. My husband might be willing to give you a color sky. I'm sure he would love to give some of them away. So I did show them. If you go to my videos, I believe it says Introduction to the Meowers of Death or something like that. I actually run through them all. Unfortunately, was that? I think that might have been before Felix passed away. I can't remember. No, it may not have been. I can't remember. But yeah, I did one. Reorganizing and introducing the Meowers of Death. Let me see if I can get this address. So if you guys did actually want to see them all, then this is the video, and you can always go check that out later. I managed to get them. I managed to get them all. And let me see where the date is on that one. That was, yeah, I think it was, it was after Felix passed away, unfortunately. So he had passed away a couple weeks prior. He was my oldest. He was about 16 and a half, and he passed away. And that was really rough for me. He had been the probably most consistent thing in my life for 16 and a half years. And I love them all. And I say I don't have any favorites, but him and his brother, who have been with me from the get-go, you know, they had a special place. So it's still rough, for sure. Yeah, I mean, it just was, oh my gosh, I'm cat poor. Well, you know, the thing was, at least I can talk about it now, but it was time, and there was a lot of things that happened at that point that, you know, I feel good knowing that it was the right time for him and stuff. So it's definitely better. It's been a pretty rough month. Yeah, I don't know, Lori. I don't know if you can get your allergies kicked up through video, but let me tell you, if you can, you're going to get it through my video. While I'm talking, let's go ahead and get rolling here. I've been sitting here trying to figure out what color I want to do the grass in. I know I said I was going to do some colored pencil, and I probably will here in a minute. But actually, you know, instead of colored pencil, I might pull out some gel pens. Because I really kind of want to do the wings in gel pens. So, but yes, I love dogs. I have one dog and a husband. That's more than enough. So which one is the messier one, Kim? There's actually, gel pens. Yeah, I think I'm actually going to probably switch to those here in a minute, because I am not going to be able to focus on shading and with color pencil and trying to talk right now on this. And it would help if I actually move this up. So yeah, let me go ahead and get the grass in. You know, so I'm just double checking. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that color. I'm trying to pick something like super neutral for the grass. And of course, it's not going to just be regular green, because, you know, there are dragons in this. Yeah, grass, not so much. I do joke a lot, and, well, I don't know how much of this is a joke. Hang on, let me see if I can get these gel pens without making a huge amount of noise. Woo! Nice. Well, that about wound up being a bunch of gel pens on the floor. So I have some skills. My little art corner's in a perpetual state of reorganization. So, oh my gosh, my house husband. My husband would love to call himself a house husband. Well, let me tell you, he would have no problem with that. both me and him are lucky enough to work from home, but if we could swing it, let me tell you, he would be all about that. But okay, awesome. So I think we're going to switch up and just kind of work with the gel pens on the wings a little bit. I figured at this time of night it was going to be kind of sporadic anyway. Yes, Randy, there are literally dozens of us. The previous stream I had, I was talking a lot about these. I had gotten a small set and I fell in love with them. And the thing was, it was hard to justify getting them because they weren't refillable. But then they came, they were at a good price on Amazon, the chisel tip ones, and I got a set from them, and I absolutely love them. I really do. I know they're not refillable, but I guess at the end of the day, this is a good lesson in something might be a really good deal and a better deal than something else you're looking at. But at the end of the day, if you really love the one that's not necessarily the best deal, if you really love those and you're going to use them a lot and, you know, that's what brings you joy, then, you know, maybe at the end of the day, that really factors in even when you're looking at price. So yeah, the base set I've got, I'm just going to kind of build from it. And I was saying earlier, what I really like is, with the exception of maybe one, I think it's a Violet Mist, actually. I don't know if I have a Violet Mist Prismacolor pencil. All the colors names mirror what's in the colored pencils, so that's really nice. So this little sparkly thing here is my Colorit gel pen set that I got. We were talking about this in the previous hour. We got to talking about refillable things, which Copics is pretty much the marker that you can refill. Colorit has a new water brush set out that's refillable, which is really unique. Yeah, see, and I didn't think there was either, Morticia. So I don't know if that's just, maybe at one point that was a unique color that they had. Maybe this is an older set. I don't know. I'd be curious about that. But I really think it's only like, that's the only one I've seen so far out of all the ones I've used. So yeah, so Colorit has the new water brush refillable ones that are out, which I really want, but I have enough things for now. But their gel pens caught my eye because their gel pens actually have their gel pens are actually refillable as well. Hang on a second. Let me see. I think I stuck them in here. Yeah. So with the gel pens, and this is the glitter set. It's a, you know, really sparkly. And then it came in its own little case, which is really nice. I was very surprised by that. Now, there's only, I think it's 48 in this, but yes, I got them during Prime Day on Amazon, which is something I should never, ever, ever watch ever again, because that was awful for my bank account. But it also came with the ink refills. So, yeah. Yeah, the brush tip Prismas. So I was wondering why the chisel tips were so not inexpensive, but a whole lot less expensive than I had been seeing. And the chisel tips are significantly cheaper by like $50 compared to the same set in brush tips. So that's why. I like a variety of, I'm not 100% sure. Yeah, my bank account cried. Surprised my bank account didn't come to my house and smack me on the head with a ruler and say, no more. I don't know. That might have been my husband. I have bad insomnia and I have to take Ambien. So that, that kind of stuff gets hazy. I'm not real sure who did that. So I saw somebody that said they had their cat trained to use the toilet. Look, for one or two, that might be okay, but I do not even want to imagine what that would be like with 11. So, and trust me, some of them aren't quite as smart as the others. So, like for instance, my oldest one now, Tiger, he is smart. That cat, yeah, no kidding. But, all right, so I'm just going to grab, yeah, we'll just start off with a purple, and we'll just go around the edges of the wings so I can actually feel like I'm accomplishing something while I'm talking about my cats. Man, this is like the best thing ever. But, so Tiger's my oldest one now. Now, these are supposed to be glitter, the Colorit set. And I think I mentioned in the previous stream that I wouldn't call them glitter as much as maybe a shimmer, which glitter is always hard to show on YouTube and on pictures and stuff. But I've noticed with these, I almost have to go over them twice to really get like a better glitter effect overall. So, but, oh, night, Mona. No, you're good. Shoot. I would probably be right along with you. Yeah, no kidding. You know what's funny, though? When I start these up, I always think, oh, gosh, I'm so tired. But then an hour goes by so quickly. And I just, every time this happens or I get ready to record, it never fails. That's why my videos are probably so long, because I like to talk and I don't realize how fast time is going. Now, I'm not super neat with this kind of stuff, but Tiger is the old man now. He was just 3 months behind Felix in age, so he's around 16 and a half too. And I learned very early on when he was a kitten that he would, those wand toys that you get that have like the strings and then the little toys on the end. Whoop. Okay. Yeah, well, I operate under the assumption that some people might just skim it, and that's fine. Well, I actually kind of consider my videos kind of like a therapy for me. Sometimes it's, in some ways, it's a heck of a lot cheaper than therapy. So I figure it's good for me to talk about stuff and to relax a bit. And if it gives somebody else some entertainment, then that's awesome too. If they just want to kind of skim through it, I understand. There's only so many hours in a day, and there are a lot of good people to watch videos for on YouTube. I get behind so easily anymore. I think I'm going to keep all their wings pretty consistent, even though I've varied their hair a little bit. And I went with the purple kind of skin because I was like, meh, they're fairies. It's, I can't color anything normally in cases like this, though I have been doing better about that lately. Gosh. Yeah. I do have a wink of Stella. I haven't really tried. I honestly have not tried to use your words, Michelle. I have not had much time to use it yet. I had ordered it and then it got kind of stuck on a shelf. And in the whole midst of trying to reorganize stuff, I just keep forgetting it's there. Now this is pretty sloppy because I'm not sitting like right over this page. So if I was taking my time, this would actually look a lot neater. But yeah, whatever. It's fine. I'm not too broken up about it at this point. Shoot. Sorry, I'm just trying to sit here and think. It's really, like, I know it's only 20 after 10, and it's kind of like I'm pulling that whole deal where I'm having real issues making connections in my brain right now. It's not like it's super late here, but my brain thinks it is. All right, that kind of looks like a teal color. Let's see if this... See, I don't have my gel pens swatched, and it would be really hard to do that anyway, because how would you put... Oh, wait, these have names on them? Look at that! Oh, snap. Okay, well, this just makes these gel pens even better, in my opinion. I don't know if you can see it because it's white lettering. Hang on. Oh my gosh. Sorry, that is super blurry. Okay, well, you can kind of get a gist of it. These are actually named. This says Glitter Vineyard, and this Teal one I picked up just says Glitter Turquoise, and it has a number after it. So you could swatch these. Ah, yes. Okay. Of course, now the real key here is I've actually got to swatch them. I mean, yeah, they've got all that, but that don't necessarily mean I'm still going to actually swatch them like I'm supposed to. I can't tell you how many things I have sitting here that are like a to be swatched, and it has not happened yet. Okay, let's just try. Like I said, this is just kind of playing around. That's the thing. If you watch any of my videos, this isn't unusual, but at this time of night, this was never going to be a technique heavy kind of stream. A, just due to the time of night, and B, this month's been so rough. I just really haven't had a chance to, I don't know, like, usually I'm in the mood to do something with a lot of technique or try something new. And then in between, I'll do something fun like this as like what I like to call a palette cleanser of sorts to just refocus, I guess. And then, remind myself that, hey, maybe I should try to relax a little bit. That's why I started coloring after all. Because then, of course, I get anxious over all the technique heavy stuff. And then I'm like, okay, why am I coloring again? I was supposed to be getting rid of anxiety, not adding to it. But this month, so much has been going on. I just haven't felt it. I've had so many pages I've looked at, and I thought, I want to do all this different type of shading and try all this different stuff. Well, that's pretty much the color of the leaf, but that's all right. And it just hasn't happened. I've been doing color by numbers, and yeah, I was going to test it. And then I thought, nah, not tonight. If it was earlier in the day, I probably would have tested it, but it's close enough. I mean, it's certainly pretty close to what I was looking for. Now, let me think. Sorry, guys. I am blanking out here on what I want to do. I want to see if I can find that kind of orangey yellow color that I've got going on. Now that I know these have names, and actually they are pretty close to what they look like. This is Glitter Cheeks. What in the world? So is this like more of like a skin tone neutral color? See, now you got me. My test page is actually the one that sticks out right behind this one. So, that's interesting. Okay, well, I need something a little more yellow. I have the Black Widows, Angela. I have not had a chance yet to even mess with them. Yes, the small stickers. That's how I swatch my Sharpies. It's not stickers, but I'll use permanent marker to put permanent marker numbers on my permanent markers. But I'm hoping to roll around to them at some point, but it just hasn't happened. Oh gosh, Kim. So like, yeah, the color by numbers thing, I've seen Zoe do so many different color by number pages. And at first, I was looking at them and I was thinking, yeah, I don't know. Okay, this says Glitter Marigold. This looks good enough to me. Yeah, I think I will too, Angela. I think I'll really like the Black Widow sets. I just, like I said, I'm lucky enough to have enough time to do a couple videos a week, or even just the energy. It's a little more neon orangey, but that's all right. But I probably should go over these a second time, but again, and the thing is with the glitter with these, it definitely transfers. So if you use your these Colorit gel pens on a page and then you close the book, go somewhere else and open the book back up, the page opposite of it will have glitter on it. So they're definitely not, and that's not necessarily unusual for anything with glitter in it, gel pens or otherwise, but you'll probably wind up with glitter on your hands. You'll have people asking you if you just left a strip club, See, this is what I'm talking about. I am so sorry. Good night, Robin. Night, Kathy. Oh my gosh. See, that started and now everybody's bouncing off. Like, oh no, here she goes. Yeah, it is time to go. In fact, Michelle, maybe you need to go to bed. I have tried the Artezas, Ollie. In fact, the Arteza colored pencils are probably some of my favorite ones if I'm just grabbing different ones. And but I love the Arteza colored pencils. Honestly, I wish they made more than just 72 of them, but they work as a great complement set to Prismacolors and Faber-Castell in particular. So they're definitely good mid-range, but like I said, if you're somebody that likes to blend and use a lot of different colors for shading and stuff, they'll work better as a complementary set. But they're super vibrant. Actually, I think every single Arteza thing I have is pretty vibrant. So hang on just a tick. Yes, I did. I did say strip club. Oh. Well, Heather, I certainly will try to stick around for a few minutes. At this point, it's probably going to take me an hour or two to even get wound down enough to consider bed. But Ollie, you were talking, like I'm getting a bunch of coloring done right now anyway. So Ollie, you were talking about Arteza pencils. Let me see. So I started this page back in June, and I am pretty close to being done. I just have to do the face and a couple of little things, and I'll pretty much be done. But this page is, this was my tester page to see not only how Artezas blended on their own, but blended with Prismacolors and Faber-Castell. So like with the greens, you have Artezas and Faber-Castell. Prismacolors are in the purple, I think. The orange is all Artezas. And I love them. I really do. They are super vibrant, and they do really well with the other pencils. Like I said, they are a fantastic complement. This blue color, it's called Mykonos blue. Mykonos? I don't know. I'm terrible at pronunciation. But anyway, it is one of the prettiest blues I have found in a colored pencil set. So, yeah, no. I said strip club. you heard correctly. Oh my gosh. So I did put a video up last night. I am completely off the rails of what I was talking about, but that's okay. If you expect me to actually finish a story in one video or conversation, then I am doing fantastic, because it's always 20 different conversations in 20 different directions with me. So okay, but I have to tell the story again in case no one watched the video last night, because it was a long one too. Do these clubs have stripper poles? Well, they've got glitter, Judy, so maybe. Oh my gosh, Kim. I've tried to do a self-imposed ban. I was actually doing really well until Tentacle Kitty, which was a book I found through Jen at Reading with Pugs. And we were talking about that at the very beginning. I think, well, Color Me Jen on here, we were both talking about it. She actually got herself a copy too. I didn't even know what it was, and I loved it. Now, one thing I will say, you have to be careful on this type of paper. I haven't used gel pens very much on here, but it does look like it can rip up the paper a little bit. I mean, it is like the really crappy CreateSpace paper, but just a note on that. What I'll probably do is just do an initial layer and then go back over it later on. So this paper definitely cannot handle any tough love of any shape or form. You really have to have a gentle hand. And I'm not half paying attention apparently, so. Oh my gosh, yeah, no kidding. But yeah, then Tentacle Kitty happened. Yeah, you can see it. And we're just going to leave that alone for the moment. But Tentacle Kitty happened, and then the Disney Kincaid book happened this week, because my friend and I were in choir together in high school, the one that her daughter's having their party tomorrow. And her girls love Disney. And when we were in choir together, we actually did a Disney-based show in high school, and this was like 20 years ago. So, and so we both love Disney too. So I figured, hey, I'm getting books for the girls. Might as well get books for all of us, right? So again, it's not bad though. I guess ever since that Dover sale at the beginning of the month, I've managed to chill out a little bit. I was talking earlier today. I have a shelf on this china cabinet I moved in here, and I would show it, but again, the thing with the webcam, and plus I'm still in the midst of trying to organize everything. But I have one shelf that's for coloring books, and I can only have as many coloring books that can fit on that shelf, with just a few little exceptions, like books that are too big to fit on the shelf or whatever. And I have actually done pretty good with that. When I've got some new books this month, I've been going through, and I actually found some that I'm going to put aside for, like, Happy Mail and maybe some other giveaways and stuff like that. Because if they sit on my shelf, they're never going to get any, or at least they're not going to get love anytime soon, because I have so many other books I want to work in. So yeah, I'm actually keeping pretty good to that, oddly enough. Now, supplies, we're not going down that road. And somebody asked me about how many coloring books do I have in digital format, and I said, look, those don't count. We're not talking about that folder on my computer. That does not count. So we're not going there. Oh gosh, yeah. It's tough. So buy big books. There you go, Angela. See, look at that. And my husband's sitting there like, no, don't do these live streams anymore. They're giving you ideas. Stop that. That's what my husband would be saying right now. But, oh, shoot. Where am I going with this? My conversation and my picture at this point. I think I'm going to add some green glitter into some of the leaves and stuff. If I can find my gel pens. There they are. Oh, no, I don't cook. I haven't cooked much lately, which, to be fair, I haven't really wanted to eat much lately. So my husband's been kind of having to fend for himself. So, So I need I grabbed a teal blue, didn't I? Yes, I did. Okay, we'll just go back to the teal blue for the leaves. Yeah. Yeah, we ain't going to talk about my coloring book folder. Pretty much Jade Summer ARCs, Jade Summer downloads from where I have the actual book versions. I am signed up to the Dover newsletter, and once or twice a month, they will actually send an email, and they'll provide free sample pages for some of the books that are through their site. And if y'all know anything about Creative Haven and Dover books, there you go. There's a question. Are there more Jade Summer books, or are they're more Creative Haven? We'll say Dover books, because that encompasses others. Like, there is a question there, and I don't have the energy to really follow up and look that one up. So, but they provide a lot of free sample pages, and yeah. So I have a lot of pages and books that I can put onto like watercolor paper and marker paper and stuff. And what was I going to say? Oh, I'm also part of Marjorie Sarnett's Facebook group. She's one of my favorite artists. Has been pretty much since the get-go. Creative Cats and Creative Kittens were two of the very first books that I had. Now, you don't see me color very much from her books on camera because they are extremely detailed and they take me forever to do. So if I were to color them through video, it'd be like part 25 or something. Might be about the time that I would wrap up one of them. So they definitely are a labor of love for me, but I love her art. So through her page, though, through challenges and for different reasons, she'll offer some free preview pages of her books as well. So again, just with that's, yeah, there are a lot of great options out there for people that, you know, may not be able to buy a whole lot of coloring books at a time, to be able to oh my gosh. But there are fortunately a lot of options out there if you're, you know, if you're limited in how many physical books you can either buy or own, like if your space is limited. There's a lot of good options out there. But every time I tell people that, I always really want to say, you know, maybe every so often go, and if there's a book you really like the sample pages from, maybe go and buy that book when you can, to just show some support. And, you know, hopefully that helps encourage them to keep doing that. So that's what I like to try to say. Oh my goodness. The cats, we were ready to evacuate. The cats get in the car first. Oh my gosh. I'm not in Texas, but I tell you, that is my life right there. But oh, see, look, I got completely off subject again. So, and I have to tell this story again because it amuses me so very much. You talk about weird things, I talk about late at night. So in the video I was doing last night, I got to talking about country music and the fact that I live about an hour north of Nashville. While I'm talking, I'm sitting here trying to figure out what I want to use next for the gel pens. So I'm still here. I mean, I'm still coloring. I'm just, it's kind of, I can't focus on two things at once, obviously. So let me see here. We have the orange color. We have the kind of teal blue color. I kind of need that teal green a little bit more. But oh goodness. Thanks, Ollie. Yeah, they're actually showing up pretty well on here. I'm a little surprised by that. Oh boy. I just saw it. I just saw the word, Kim. Good gracious. Yep. All right. I ain't anywhere close to midnight, but I should have known, you know, that's all right. Shoot, whatever. I was sitting there like, oh no, I just saw that word. Where'd it go? The magic word at this time of night. But that conversation's escalating in a whole nother area. So y'all have fun with that. Because if I get distracted, then y'all don't forget me coloring anything else right now. But shoot, I really am not able to just make a lot of decisions right now. I don't know what is going on. Yeah, I'm not super happy with that one, actually. Here, let me look. Let's see, that's more green. The magic. Yeah. So I had mentioned, you know, and I said this as well tonight, that I live about an hour north of Nashville. Oh, spearmint might actually work out. And my community is very, very small community. For some reason, we are a city. But trust me, there's 3,200 people in this city. It is not a city, but that's a whole different conversation. All right, I'm going to have to pull this down closer. Otherwise, I'll be coloring half the page with this. Oh my gosh. But anyway, I say all that to say that apparently, at least in the most recent years, so, you know, I live in Tennessee. You can tell from my accent, and you know, it's a small town, and, you know, you get a mindset when you hear all that, and you think like an episode of Cops, right? And, or something to that nature. And that's okay. That's, you know, that wouldn't surprise me in the least bit. And heck, I think that sometimes myself as well when I look at the local paper. But what's even funnier about that is our, most recent claim to fame as a community is that a country music group, and I cannot remember who they are, I'll have to go look. I think I know who they are. I was trying to remember last night. They needed a single wide trailer to burn down for their video. And somehow the people in my community heard about it, A, and B, were like, hey, we got one for you to burn. And so it turned into an event. And sure enough, we are, there is a single wide trailer burning away in their video. And that is my town, y'all. Like, you know, that's like I said last night. It's not like it's a weekly event where we just, you know, we pull up a barbecue and we just torch the most recent trailer that people have abandoned or anything. But it just, the whole time I heard that was happening, my head was in my hands because I was like, really, like we're gonna go there. And that was the part that fascinated me the most about that. Oh my gosh. Lord have mercy. Yes, collage box. I think that's them. I tried to say that last night, and I don't think I got it exactly right. I used to listen to a lot more country. Oops. Oh, well. We'll just assume all that's her wing. I mean, darn. Yeah, I think it's them. And they were the ones I was trying to think of last night. I used to listen to a lot more 90s kind of country when I was in high school, but I don't listen to it much anymore. So I think that's who it is. No, I did not go watch. If I can find it on one of my next videos, I will put the link in the description, and I will note that I'm putting the link in the description so y'all know to that video, because it wasn't just us. There was actually a couple other local places that they shot some video in. So no, I did not, oddly enough. But it was really funny to me. Okay, we're about 15 minutes out. All right, cool. It was really funny to me, though, because there's, like, small town controversy and stuff. There's always been this attitude by a certain group that, you know, we're a city, right? And we need to bust through all that stereotype. And I guarantee those were the first ones on the line to ask these people to come burn this trailer down. So, yeah, first one striking the match. Yeah, no. I was just sitting there. I don't know. Apparently, it was a big to-do around here. You know, there's not a whole lot of exciting stuff going down around here. So, I'm sure that was a much attended event. But no, did not attend that. And I just kind of shook my head over the whole business because I was like, this is insane. This is just, so anyway. Now, speaking of cops, though, whenever they decide to come and shoot an episode in this town, I keep calling it a town, whatever. Yeah, that's a long story. We're not getting into that one tonight. I think I'm going to go back over the dragon a little bit with this. I like the orange marker. I don't know. I'm getting in a gel pen glitter mode here. If I jump over to the glitter gel pens, it all gets dangerous because then I want to make everything glitter gel pen. And even with refills, I don't think I've got enough ink to make the whole dragon glitter. So we got to just hit the high points, I guess. But yeah, Heather's Heather's not on the schedule, but she's just going to keep the ball rolling today. I was going to take up the second hour, and hi, faithful girl, by the way, and welcome. I was going to pick up the second hour, but I'm kind of glad I didn't, because as dangerous as it's been getting this past hour, no. I will hang around for a bit, but yeah, no, I don't need to. My filter's going to just continue to fall away, and trust me, that's the best time. But then, like I said, I've got a few local friends that actually watch this, and I'm sure when I was telling the story about the trailer that they were they were like, if they actually listened to it, they were probably cringing. Like, don't tell people that story. I do have Winkostella. I bought one, and I have a very small bottle of Stickles too. Because I got in a really bad habit when I first started coloring of, oh, I want this, so I'm going to buy a whole bunch of something. And fortunately, it all wound up being stuff that I use, but I learned along the way that there's so much out there. If I keep doing that, I am not going to be able to buy much more. So I've been better about buying smaller amounts of things to try. So, of course, the key is I've got to actually try them. So I did get one little thing of Stickles. It's the diamond one. I figured, you know, it's kind of clear. It would work out really well just to see how it goes. And then, oh boy. But, and then, like I said, I also picked up a Winkostella pen to try. I just haven't gotten around to it. It's like every time I want to get to something that I want to try out, then all of a sudden it turns into a, where did that purple glitter pen go to? Ah, there it is. Okay, excellent. Oh, there you go. Now there you go. That's actually a really good idea. I could get, I know Anne Hatfield, she really likes using a paintbrush, and a lot of other people are, my hands are not steady in no way, shape, or form. So if I'm going to use something like that, I have to, you know, I think I'll have to go the paintbrush route and just kind of spread it all over the picture. That would be kind of fun, though. My little blue dude in front of this one, the one that you can kind of see because it's ghosting on the front page. So I like to call this guy my spirit animal. And I did this, actually at the beginning of May. So yeah, I was posting pictures at that point, but I wasn't actually doing videos. But this dude, my spirit animal, I just wanted to color. I think this was actually when I was trying out Cali Arts. And when I did that, I got done with the actual markers, and I think like the Bic markings in the background. But then I just went crazy. I had one of those little $16 sets of gel pens and a bunch of glitter ones, and I just said everything else is going to have glitter gel pen. And I just kind of went with it. And you actually see where some of the glitters dropped off. So it's not like it would be... Yeah, I know, right? Like, yeah, I was coloring him the whole time. I was like, yep, no, this is probably me. This is probably me. Let's make her hair over here orange. Where are we at here? Okay, we got about 10 minutes. Thank you, ma'am. Appreciate it. I would have really liked to have streamed tomorrow as well, and I know there probably would have been a few openings in this. Well, maybe actually not, now that I've looked back over it. But I've got a friend's birthday party to go to tomorrow. And then I also have to actually attempt to try to work some this weekend. I got really sick in the middle of the week and I couldn't work for a few days. And I told myself I was going to have to try to work this weekend. And yeah, that's going excellent so far. I'm getting so much done. So yeah, I think I'm going to have to really kind of buckle down tomorrow and actually try to get something done. So something, I don't know how. Oh goodness. Well, hey, this is a serious late night crowd here. I actually, from Kayla's video, I was sitting there and I was thinking, oh goodness, I think everybody's dropping off. Everybody's going to bed. And now apparently we were just shifting up. I do email marketing. And I started out with a degree in web design, and let me tell you, I never expected to end up in this direction. But and not like the spam email kind of thing. Actually, when I got called by a recruiter from the get-go to ask me to come in for an interview, that was the first question I had was, oh, I think I'm just going to make this flower yellow. I was sitting there like, yeah, this is like one of those things, right? Like, where it's like the Viagra emails and stuff. And they're like, no, 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 no. And I know that has to be not the first time they've been asked that question. I mean, surely to God, not. But no, come to find out, it was a reputable company that actually did emails for retail businesses. A lot of Fortune 500 and 100 companies here in the U.S. And I worked there for about 4.5 years. I went back to school and got my teaching license for secondary. That was my plan, to get my license and go do that. Well, unfortunately, there were not a lot of jobs available in my area. Another email opportunity came up. I kind of took it as a, until I find a teaching job kind of thing. And then I got a offer to work remotely from home, and I couldn't turn that down. Not just, it's pitiful how much teachers get paid, but that's a rant subject. We're not going on that one right now. But between working from home and the salary, I could not justify going back to teaching, no matter how much I loved it, because I was single at the time, and it was helping a lot in terms of, 11 cats. That's a whole lot of cats to feed and make sure you have adequate litter. Heck, I didn't even notice these scales back here. Oh, well, they're all going to be orange. Why not? But unfortunately, my license ended up expiring, which I can always go back and renew it. But I'm still working at this job 5.5 years later. And this one's more business to business instead of retail. But we're doing a lot of restructuring, and that requires a lot of training and a lot of stress. And I have tried really hard to color every day and to try to help out. And it does help. It helps quite a bit. So, how many litter boxes? Let's see. 3 back in the cat. So, I'll preface this because, I got to rationalize this stuff. I'll preface this by saying that I live in this is a little farmhouse that's probably, it's about 100 years old. It was built in 1926. So, we're just around the 100th birthday here. And it's just a farmhouse, sort of. It's in the middle of town, but that's not saying much considering the size of the town. But it's about 2,500 square feet. And I'd gotten it as a foreclosure because it needed some TLC. And the price was really good. And I got really lucky with it. It's got a lot of good bones to it, and with the few major things I've had to work on past that point, no kidding. Oh gosh. Yeah. Well, and this year has kind of sucked in regards to vet bills, because I actually had a really good run with the cats, and that I didn't have a lot of health problems or any that passed away in about a 7 to 8 year range up until Felix. And there towards the end, he required quite a bit of care. I mean, there were some medications he had to take, and just cost of things and like that. Okay. So back to the question that was being asked. So it's a pretty big house. It's me, my husband, and the 11 cats in a 2,500 square foot house. And they get the run of the upstairs because we were waiting on the AC unit to crap out before we replace it. And it's a good unit. It works great for just the downstairs, but it's not a big enough unit for both levels. So the cats love it upstairs. We use it as storage, and they just love it because it's just heat and sun out of the windows. It's one of their favorite spots for sure. So I should have probably made the middle of that purple, but that's fine. I can always go back over it. Let's see. But there are 3 boxes back in what I call the cat room, which is one of our random weird sized rooms in this house that was tacked on when they, actually added plumbing back in the 50s or 30s. You're thinking 50s. Oh my God. Probably out here, it might have not been so much a stretch. But they'd added on to the back part of the house. And there's this weird extra room back there. We call it the cat room. It's got 3 boxes in it. This front room has 2. Used to be just 1, but I had my newest one, Annie, that came in a couple months ago. That's a story for another day too. I had to give her own little box there for the longest. And then I think there's just one upstairs. They usually say one box per cat. And if I did that, my house would just be nothing but litter boxes. So generally we haven't had a lot of trouble. We have probably about 5. We have about maybe 5 or 6 total. I don't know. I could sit there and just count them up, right? But we actually clean them out multiple times a day. So like I'll take the morning and he'll take the evening. And that actually works out really well for them. They seem to be pretty okay with that arrangement. So, oh gosh, they're terrible this year, Kim. I have a screened in front porch, and the cats go out there, and so they have to be able to have access. I run them in at night, so they don't have like 24/7 access. And so when I leave the little window open, or the door that they use to go in and out of the house, there always winds up at least one fly coming in the house. And at this point, as long as it's not like a wasp or a spider, I'm pretty okay with it. But, oh yeah. Well, I think they would prefer it that way. They would like for me to knock down all the walls and make it one big lounge space. Oh my goodness. One big lounge space. It's there are 2 rooms up there that were like bedrooms, and then there's one bathroom up there, and they have the run of one of the rooms, and they'll lounge around in there during the day. The other room is where we put all of our quote attic storage stuff that I don't want the cats to get into. So we keep that door closed off. I would eventually really like to be able to, when we get the new AC unit, to turn both rooms upstairs into like dual offices. So one for my husband and one for myself. But then again, that would require going up and down the stairs, and we're all kind of lazy here. So, oh my gosh. Yeah, that's pretty much all I'm getting done tonight, I think. Which there's not a whole lot more. I mean, I may do some shading. A lot of times with these types of pictures, I will start out with marker. Like with the one I just showed you, I didn't want to do any shading. I just used a bunch of gel pens. And then others, like the beach page I showed at the beginning, I'll color it. And then all of a sudden I'll be like, I want to add some shading to this. So like that one. So basically it's just whatever I get inspired to do to add to it. Otherwise, it's probably just going to be gel pens and markers, and I'm going to be pretty happy with it. Yes, Kim, I have grown up in not always a super rural area, but at least in the vicinity of this area, and been out with my grandparents when they had the garden and the farm and stuff, and I have never, ever been able to get past my deal with bugs. Wasps in particular. And yellow jackets, because they're assholes. And bees I can take or leave, except for them obnoxious wood bees. But regular bees, hey, they're doing something, right? Like they have a reason to exist. And I know, like, it's something about wasps like take out spiders or something, and I don't care. That's not an adequate enough excuse for them to exist. But bees, I can establish an understanding with them. I leave them alone. They leave me alone. But man, wasps and yellow jackets, no, they sense fear. They know when you don't want them around, and they are going to track you down. And, yeah, spring is really bad for us getting wasps in the screened in porch, because there's a few where the doors are at. There are a few little gaps they can pop into. There was one day I had like 4 out there I had to kill, and it was just like, ugh. And my husband was on a call, so he couldn't do it, and I couldn't wait, because with the window open, I knew they were going to fly in the house once they figured out I didn't want them. I was terrified of them. And I hate spiders just as much, but I will say, at least on their part, they don't have wings and they can't fly. So they have that going for them, which may, if I had to make a choice between the two, spiders would probably be the choice. But my cats don't kill bugs. They do not earn their keep in any way, shape, or form. They will play with them. They'll find spiders and they'll find different stuff. They'll play with them. They'll watch them go under a fridge or something. Then they'll get bored and walk away. And then I know whatever it was that they were playing with is going to stalk and want revenge. And so if that happens in my bedroom, then it's really hard for me to even want to sleep in that bedroom, because I know that sucker's got my number because I'm the one that owns the cats, right? Anyway, we're just a few minutes past the hour. Heather, the CBC Coloring Book Club, she is going to pick up from here. She's not on the actual Colourathon schedule, but she's just going to kind of pick up. I think it was an open hour anyway. Oof. Good Lord, Kim. Yeah, that happens a lot when they're fertilizing the fields and stuff. I hate that every year without fail. That's when you know it's getting time to plant stuff. But Heather, CBC Coloring Book Club, I'll see if I can pull up her link. Actually, I can because no. Wow, that's interesting. Or is it just going slow? Maybe it's just going slow. I don't know what's happening here. Well, I don't want to put you in timeout, Heather. Is that really? That thing really did say put you in timeout. Oh my good gracious. That is too funny. Okay, hang on. I'll try to pull up her link while we're talking. But the last hour of the night was actually open. And so Heather's going to pick it up. And aha, yes, see? I was already subscribed. Look at me. Woo! Oh yeah, no, this has been too much fun, y'all. Morticia, a lot of days that would be enough for me too. So I did post the link to Heather's channel. Thanks, guys. I really appreciate you hanging in here. It's definitely been a fun day, and it'll be, we'll have another good go around tomorrow. And it's been pretty awesome meeting a lot of new people. So, like I said, I'm not going to be streaming tomorrow, but I try to stream on Thursdays at 2 p.m. Central, and there's a reason for that right now. But really, it's just kind of a casual, if I feel like streaming, that's pretty much where we're going for the next few months. So, but thanks, guys, for hanging out. And I'm sure I'll talk to all of you soon. And like I said, we can head on over to Heather's and keep the color train going, I guess. So, oh my gosh, that makes me think of that stupid Come On Ride the Train song that they play at every wedding and dance, and people turn it into a conga line. Anyway, sorry guys, y'all have a good night. Bye for now.